This mod review is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and comment. So guys, today I have a massive Ford semi-pack. I don't even know if I should call it a truck pack because it's just one mod. But this is easily the equivalent of, I would say, a dozen semi-trucks, dump trucks, forklift trucks, flatbed trucks, all in a single mod. This is the Ford LTL 9000 truck version 1.0.1 by our good friend 59. Find this mod over at yesmods.com. There will be a link in the description below, and I'll also include a link to Mods by 59, his mod website, where he basically has all the mods that he has put together. We've profiled several of his hook lift trucks in the past. You can find them all in one place at that website. But let's take a real close look at what we've got here. I've got just a various sampling of the types of configurations that you can have with this particular mod. Here we have a forklift or a hook lift option with extra toolboxes. Beside it, we have a long semi with a single drop axle. Got a dump truck here with dual drop axles. We've got a short semi with a single exhaust. See, some of these have dual exhaust, some have single. Here we have a flatbed with knocking tires, dual exhaust with clappers. Here we have a flatbed with a ramp with single exhaust and dual lift axle. And then we kind of have a traditional, dare I say, normal semi. We have all kinds of front weights, all kinds of light options, front bumpers, exhaust, paint, trim packages. Let's go ahead and take a look at this thing in the shop. So we go to vehicles and then trucks. Scroll over here. We have the LTL 9000 by mods by 59.tk. That is his website. 375 horsepower standard configuration. Let's take a look here at some of these other trucks. And of course, these are just plain semis. It's all they do. 124,000. So it's really priced between the Warrior and the Hulk. Take a look at the configuration here. All kinds of ridiculous configuration options. Not ridiculous in the bad sense, ridiculous in the very, very good sense. So, default price, $125,100. 375 horsepower, 880-liter fuel tank, and a top speed of 74 miles per hour. So we have the choice of rim color. So we go with our traditional metals, our polished metal, our chrome, stainless steel. Then we can go with some other colors. We can go with old paint, metallic paint, a satin color. Then we get down here to the standard colors. So let's take a look at the red old. Let's put this up to polished metal. Let's go over here to front fenders, and we'll do red old. Okay, so that is the red old. Let's do red metallic. There you can kind of see the red metallic going on there on just the front fenders. Red matte. Very flat red. Red satin. Got a bit of a kind of flat, but still a bit of a gloss to it. You change the dump bed, flatbed racks. So we don't have that configured at the moment, so we'll just leave that be. We can change the cab. Let's change the cab to red satin also. Now you can really kind of see how that looks in the light. Change it to red matte. Red metallic. And old red. Old red. There you go. Chrome parts. We can go with polished metal, chrome, stainless steel. Make those chrome bits, the exhaust, fuel tanks, front grille, the bumper. Change it to polished metal again. Okay. Change the tarp color. We don't have the tarp configured here. So let's go and check out these chassis configurations. We have the semi-long right here. We have the semi-longer. Extends the frame out quite a bit. And then we have the semi-short. Okay, so those are the three semi configurations. A short, long, and longer. Then we have the hook lift variant, even longer still. Then we have the flatbed variant, basically the same length as the hook lift, just with a flatbed. We get the flatbed with a ramp, like so. We can get a dump bed. Oh, that. This dump bed has some pretty special things going on here. Change the tarp color, should we so wish. Okay. Let's go back here to the flatbed. We can change the flatbed, should we so wish, as you can see. Here we got a metallic flatbed, metallic red. Back to black. Let's take a look at the semi configuration. Let's go back to semi-long. Wheel brand, we have Lizard, Nokian, Michelin, Trelleborg, which is kind of weird. We got the kind of tractor tires pattern on the trucks. Kind of a weird, if you ask me. We have Care Wheels Heavy. Back to Michelin. We have Michelin Heavy. Nokian Heavy. But the rims are changing a bit. Then under wheel setup, under Lizard, we have Alcoa's Street. Lizard Street on our rims. Alcoa's Heavy. Alcoa's Street, we're back to that. Exhaust pipes, we have single, dual type 1. Dual type 2, that's with the clappers on the top. Dual type 3. Back to single. Sun visor. We can have a sun visor, or we could not. Lights, standard. Flat. Talking about the bumper now. Slanted. Bull guard. Extended. Curved. Little mud guards there on the front too. Heavy. Plow mount. Plow mount with lights. Back to standard with lights. Side parts depends on chassis. So we have toolboxes and fuel tanks. Extra fuel tanks. We'll change some chassis around to see these. Toolboxes, flatbed, and hook lift. Steps. None. Let's go back to toolboxes and fuel tanks. Let's go up here to our chassis. Let's go to our hook lift. Extra fuel tanks. Toolboxes. Steps. None. Back to extra fuel tanks. Fuel tanks and toolboxes. Okay. Go to dump bed. Cycle through those options a little bit. We have fenders, not with dump bed. Okay, so let's change to a different chassis, right? We have semi-short. We can go covered guards with paint. Covered guards chrome. Half guards with paint. Half guards chrome. Diamond plate. Mud flaps. Mud flaps on the back. Or absolutely nothing. Air horns. Yes or no. Tinted windows. Yes or no. Light Autoload. This is on the flatbed only. So let's talk about that. So you can get this with the Autoload script enabled, and there are two variants. There's light and full Autoload. So light Autoload is pretty interesting, and we're going to demonstrate this here in a little bit. Light Autoload would be somebody who they want Autoload functionality, but they also want a bit of extra work. Okay, they don't want the cheating. They don't want the feeling of a cheating Autoload. They want Autoload to help them stack the bales on the trailer. So with light Autoload, you can turn it on. You can pull up close to the bales. Nothing's going to happen. You're going to have to basically pick them up with the forks and present them close to the bed, and then the bed will grab it and basically stack it. Whereas with full Autoload, you just get close to the bales and it's going to just suck them on in there and stack them. Now we have snow equipment, dump bed only. Get the dump bed, and we could put snow equipment on. Basically, we get a tailgate salt spreader, should we so wish. Go with the tag axle. That gives us that third axle that we can raise and lower. We can get it in single or dual configuration. And of course, it changes with our tire options. Racks, semi only. So let's go back to a semi configuration. So we have no no rack. We got logger 1, logger 2, toolbox, none, headache. Back to logger 1. Toolbox, we do get some beacons. Also, then we have engine setup. We have the Cummins NH230, 230 horsepower. We have the Cummins NTC 350, 350 horsepower. The Caterpillar 3406, 375 horsepower. And then we're back to the NH230, the Cummins 230 horsepower. So let's go and get a pair of flatbeds. And we're not going to demonstrate the, let's get the Autoload in the red. And let's change this to bold green, just for funsies' sake. And we'll get that one in full Autoload, okay? And let's talk about some of these other configurations. Of course, we have our hook lift. Get in X, extend the arm, and such. Take a look inside the cab. All the trucks have the exact same cab. We have steering wheel. I believe this particular truck does not have a tinted window. We have pretty decent mirrors. It's on the driver's side. There's the cab interior. On trucks with the drop axle, here we can see this. Trucks with the drop axle, we left click and move our mouse. Sorry, we right click, move our mouse up and down to raise and lower that axle. You can also see on the semi that we do have an animated drive shaft. The reverse light, reverse alarm. There are first stage lights, second stage lights, third stage lights, and off. 4 ways, left and right blinkers. We have a reverse light, brake lights. See on that. Let's take a look here at the dump truck. The dump truck has a little trick up its sleeve. Say it has 2 tricks up its sleeve. This is the one with the salt spreader and the dual drop axle. So there you go. Now we're ready to haul big loads of salt. So you can see there, we have tip side light and tip side heavy. So let's force unload this using tip side light. See how the engine revs up? And pretty much that's the tip. Okay? Now let's select tip side heavy and take a look at what happens. Tip side heavy, force unload. And you'll see the trailer goes up a lot higher than it did with tip side light. So we basically have 2 degrees of tip with this. Oh wait, there's more. You see that tarp? Let's hit in. And look at that, it's animated. The tarp is actually animated. I made a comment one time about how I wished mods would have, or even implements in game, when you would open and close, they wouldn't just go from closed to open. They would actually be animated as they did their thing. Just like when you open and close a lid on a seater or something, you actually get some animation. You don't just get point A, point B, you get all the points in between. Well, that's what you have with this dump bed and the tarp. You get all the action in between. So we also have the ability to, oops, wrong one. We also have the ability, if we right click and go left and right, we can move the 5th wheel for any semi. Here's the tinted windows. We have the flatbed. Take a look at the flatbed with the Autoload. Let's take a look at this flatbed with the ramp. We hit X to raise the ramp. Now, my personal opinion, I think the ramp goes up and down a little bit too quick. I'd like to see it go a little bit slower. What happens when you hit X? Side chains there and all pulled away. Ramp opens up. And the ramp is perfectly sized for the short semi. lined up on here a little better. There we go. Hold it up. And off we go. In fact, I drove the semi up here on this exact truck. Whoops. Well, I was seeing how stable that was. Clearly, you wouldn't take this with a huge amount of turn. That was me being a little dumb. All right, so let's go and head down the shop and check out these two Autoload options. So let's see here. Autoload light was the red, if I'm correct. So let's change this to Z. Let's change it to large square bales. And let's turn the work mode on. U. Okay. Remember, this is the first Autoload option. This is Autoload light. So we'll probably grab some of these taller bales, simply because we get to them better. See how close we have to be to these bales for them to pick up. They don't really want to pick up the bottom ones. Okay, there we go. So it holds 4, 8, holds 10 square bales. Where you want to unload them, basically you want to go to B. Q, B. Go back, side left, side right. And we can also then change K. Move J. Move this all over the place, should we so wish. Then wide unload. So, and that was Autoload light. Now let's take a look at Autoload full. Again, we're going to go Z, and we can Autoload pallets, large square bales, regular round bales, egg boxes, cotton modules, cotton round bales, and back to pallets. So let's pick large square bales. Let's turn the work mode on. Remember, this is full Autoload, so this is going to grab these bales a lot further away. Oh, actually, we can get more on there. There we go. We get 3, 6, 9, 12. We can get 15. Thought we had a full load because of the light Autoload option. If we wanted to unload center, we would just hit Y. Now we've unloaded the center, we can hit L, we can strap these down, and off we go. Then we can basically hit U again to autoload these, and unstrap them. Whoops. Alright guys, well that basically gives you guys the point. That is the Ford LTL 9000 1.0.1. This thing has all kinds of variants, all kinds of configurations. As you saw, there are 3 semi configurations: short, long, and extra long. We've got 2 flatbed options. We have the flatbed, then we have a flatbed with ramps. We have a hook lift option for your IT runner equipment. We've got a dump truck option. Dump truck allows you to dump 2 different ways. kind of either a short dump or a tall dump. All kinds of other configuration options, multiple engines, multiple tires, multiple accessories, way more paint job options than a typical mod. And that is all by 5.9 Mods. Find this link again, this mod again, down over in the description over at yesmods.com and his website, Mods by 5.9, I believe it is. At any rate, both links will be in the description below. Let me know, guys, what you think of this Ford 9000 semi, or truck, or flatbed, or dump truck. And there is a plow option. I didn't show it off because, well, I'm a little torn about it. There is a plow you can put on the front, as I showed the configuration. But you have to be a member of a closed Facebook group to get to the download. The download for the plow was not publicly released, as best as I can tell. I typically do not profile mods that are not publicly released. So I'd hate to show you guys the plow and then you not be able to get it because of the fact that it's in a closed group and for whatever reason you're not granted membership. But there is a plow. You can probably find a link to the Expendable Modding's Facebook group. That is where the plow that works with this truck is located. You can basically apply for membership and find the link that way. I believe it's linked from the Yes Mods posting. So there you go with the plow. So until next time, happy farming. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.